Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma Lefebvre, and today we are testing out and painting with some handmade neon watercolors from Etsy. So let's jump right in and start. Okay, so today we are trying some more handmade watercolors from Etsy. The shop owner, Nicole, reached out to me. Her shop is Playful Pigments and asked if I'd like to try her Neon Brights set. And I've never owned neon watercolors and I thought that was super cool to add to my collection. So I said, heck yes, any chance to support small businesses, I'm all for, especially with watercolor. So these are the paints. I have clearly used them a little bit, but now I'm just getting around to filming this video. But look how beautiful and bright they are, and they come in this cute little tin, and these pigments are just like super neon, highlightery, and awesome. So I thought it'd be fun to demonstrate them on black paper. I'm also going to show you, I did swatch them previously on white paper. So here they are on the white paper, and like I said, they're beautiful and bright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start off by swatching these for you on this black paper. And the black paper I have is Stonehenge cold press black watercolor paper. I can link it below for you if you are interested. I've used it in a couple tutorials. This is the paper I am using today. And yeah, it's great if you want to do gouache or something like that, or something as bright as this. Really cool to use. Okay, so when I was trying to come up with an idea of what to paint with these neon watercolors, my mind went to jellyfish. I've been to the aquarium once with my son, like a few years back, and they looked so cool and neon and bright in their tank, and it was just awesome. So I thought that would be a really cool thing to try and paint. Keyword try. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but let's first start by swatching. So I am going to add the colors on the screen so you guys can see the names of the colors, because currently while I'm swatching I forget what she called them, but they're super cute. And obviously the more pigment you use, the more opaque they will be. So they're not opaque paints, but because they are neon, they are a bit more opaque than the others, and they do show up nicely on black paper. Super fun. I've never tried neon paints, and it will fade a bit on the black paper. But I thought today we'd just change it up and do something fun. I did do a jellyfish tutorial like a few years ago that became pretty popular. So I thought, let's do a neon one and see how that turns out. All right, so there are the swatches. You guys will be able to see them as they dry. And I'm gonna just start off by doing jellyfish, and the pink really jumps out at me. So I think I'm gonna do a pink one. I'm just gonna be using my Princeton snap brush. I also have my Craftimo brush size 10 here and a size 2 Craftimo brush. We'll see where I go with this. I don't know, but we're just gonna play today and have fun. So I'm gonna take, there's actually a little bit of purple right there, a lighter wash of this purple, and I'm just gonna do purpley pink, kind of like an outline. Of this jellyfish shape. Like that, and then I'm gonna fill it in. The light wash, so it's kind of transparent. It's not too bright and neon-y because I want some of the other parts to be brighter. But this way it makes it look like the jellyfish is transparent, which it is. I'm just going to connect it around here. This is the bottom part. Okay, and then to make some parts stand out a bit more, I'm just going to add more pigment, especially to around here. And up here, like so. Okay, and we'll let, actually no, maybe we'll add a bit more in here. Maybe we can do some like lines. Just have fun with this. Let's add a bit of the yellow too. A bit of the yellow just for fun. I don't know what I'm doing. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of pink on the inside. I'm gonna have more pink coming out for this kind of squiggly bottom. Just adding some more water, and then I'm gonna drop some of the paint in there after. And just thinning it out as it comes to the bottom. I'm gonna grab some more paint and then make it really bright towards the inside, and then just kind of drop that paint around in the wet areas. Make it quite bright right up inside. Okay, and you'll kind of see what that looks like when it dries a bit. We can even grab a little bit of the yellow if you want to make it brighter. Okay, and so let's let that dry and see how that turns out. Let's do one more. Should we make it, let's do like a purpley pink again. That's just what I'm feeling. So this one's a bit more purple. We'll make it a little bit further away. So I'm just gonna do the outline of the top here. Squiggly line underneath. And I'm gonna fill it in, just water it down a bit so it's a bit more transparent. And I'm gonna grab some more of that pink, drop it in here. And then inside too. And kind of bring some of that pigment down. Make it squiggly. More pink. And we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like so we can add some more detail. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some of this Dr. Paige Martin's Bleed Proof White to get some of those areas a little bit brighter. Let's try and use my size 2. I'm gonna put some white in the lid here. And I'm just going to go around the edge here. Maybe have some lines. And I'm going to put some of the color over top of it once it dries. Okay, just making it super bright in the center here. And then once I add the neon bits on top, it will really pop. Okay, I'm gonna also do some of those little lines. Which again, we'll go over with the neon. like that. And if you have white watercolor and you don't have this, or white gouache, you could use that too. Just something to lighten up because it is on black paper. It shows up, but just not as bright. But once we add the neon over top, it will be a lot brighter. Okay, and then add those little squigglies. Bring some of that down here too. Okay, so let's let that dry first, and then we'll come right back. Okay, now that that's done, we can go over with our neon paints. So I'm gonna take my pink here, and I'm just gonna go over that white and see how bright that is. It's gonna really make it pop. Because they're not completely like opaque paints, they are watercolor. They do show up better on white paper, but I really wanted this cool black background. That's what I'm trying to say, black background. Look how bright that is once you go over white. That looks cool. Okay. And I might not even cover up all the white, because those can act as like some highlights. Okay, I might even put a bit of yellow in that one. Grab a bit of the neon yellow. And then more of the pink over those little white squigglies. That. Now let's do some more pink and purple on this. Let's get that nice and bright. Purple isn't as bright, because purple is a naturally darker color. I'm just mixing the two kind of. And then more purple. And then I think I'm just gonna grab a bit more of the white just for a couple more highlights. Maybe around some of the edges. like that. And there you go. There are our neon jellyfish. So after I was done painting the jellyfish, I really wanted to try these out on white paper, so I used my Fabriano paper, and I decided to do a fun tie-dye pattern because I think neon and I think tie-dye. So I started by wetting the whole piece of paper, and I was still drawn to like the yellow, orange, and pink colors more so than the blue and green, just because they are super bright neon. So I don't use the others, unfortunately. I can use them for other paintings, which will be fun, but just because these ones were so bright, I really wanted to use them. So as you can see, I just did the wet on wet technique, filled the paper with water, not dripping everywhere, but wet enough that you'll get a nice bloom. And then I just did like a dabbing motion in a spiral, and it was so much fun to do. This is actually really relaxing, and it ends up looking really cool. I don't know what I could do with this painting. I don't know, make a fun summer card or something, but it looks like tie-dye and it was a lot of fun to do. So I used the yellow first, and then I went around with the orange, and then lastly you'll see I used the pink and just went around in that little spiral kind of shape. And then once I was done placing the pink, as you can see, it's already kind of starting to bloom and make that kind of tie-dye pattern just naturally because of the wet on wet. But then I took my clean wet brush, just very, not soaking wet, but just kind of damp, and then just dragged lines through it to drag the color out. And then I went back in with some more yellow and went over those lines with a bit of the yellow just to kind of drag out those colors a bit more and make it look like it was like a real tie-dye pattern. And it was super fun to do. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this painting, but it's quite a fun and relaxing painting to do, especially with neon colors. So that's about it. That's my experience with using the neon watercolor paints from Playful Pigment on Etsy. I will link her shop below. So much fun. And if you have the means to support small businesses and you love collecting art supplies like I do, I highly suggest it because it's just a lot of fun and it's great to support others. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye!